Okay, hello everyone. You can call me Voknust. I won't really be using that, but it's just a moniker I'm going to be using for the YouTube channel. So this is going to be my playthrough of Pokémon Reborn. I intend on completing the so-called harder route since there's more requirements to it. For those who know, you already know. Actually, let me skip back the screen for a moment. So I've already beaten the game once, so this is mainly going to be like a way to document what I did in the game so I can remember how I did stuff for it to be interesting that way. This is also going to serve as a video guide for those who are using Big JRA's guide, which is considered to be 100% and is what I use to pretty much beat the game. So there's that. For those who are not familiar with this game, it is a Pokemon fan game with a lot of new additions to it, mainly being new field effects, which I'll go into later, different shinies, and there are some special forms of Pokemon, although those won't be available, but we will be seeing them. But yeah, so without further ado, I'll just get started. As I play, I'll introduce more and talk about more of what's going on, but I figured I'll just get started for right now. So just pick new game here. Station Master here, we got your boarding passes. Another one for Reborn City, huh? They sure have been pushing that new league. Let's see, which one of these was it? Alright, so here we are greeted with a character screen, so you get to choose the characters that you want to play as. I'll be playing as what I think is considered the default. I'm not actually sure, but it doesn't really matter. The genders of these characters are a bit different. I believe the last two are non-binary, and then the middle two are female? Actually, I'm not too sure. But I believe there's 2 male, 2 female, 2 non-binary. So I'll just be picking the first one. Last time I played as the female model. So they actually have canon names. I'll be running along with a canon name because I'm a role player. So I believe this character's name is Vero, so I'm just going to go with that. There is a character limit, so you can't just put whatever. Yes, got it. Oh, okay, 9. Okay, there's canon genders for all the choices, but you can still pick. Okay, I'll just go with male. There's no differences in the gender, but I do believe that 1 point non-binary has a slight advantage, but it doesn't really matter, ultimately. Alright. I think it's all ready to go. I would read the dialogue, but thinking about it now, there's a lot, so I'll just pause as if I'm reading it, and then if you want to read the dialogue yourself, you can go ahead. Seems as though we're on a train. Kind of obvious through the ticket, but do you wish to view the controls of the game? I'm going to go with no. Feel free to change the controls to how you want. I'm playing with slightly modified controls. I believe X for me is confirm and Z is not confirm, and then for me C is the registered item key, and then everything else is default with the arrow keys and whatnot. And then S is my menu key. I believe that's what it's called. I'm not too sure. Oh, Absol. Okay, so with this, we are asked about special instructions or passwords. Passwords are this way's game of modifying the gameplay you have. You'll be able to enter these later on through some like consumable items, but for now, I'll actually be utilizing 2 for right now. I think I may use 1 later on. So these allow you to modify the difficulty or just change how the game plays. Some of them are like jokey in a manner, and then some make the game easier or harder based on what you want. The ones I'll be using is the weather mod, which will allow me to change the weather at will. This will just be useful because I intend on showing all the possible encounters, and some of them require specific weather. Getting the specific weather sometimes is kind of difficult, so this will just let me bypass that. There we go. And then the next password I'll be putting in is Shiny Charm. I intend on using a full shiny theme just so I can showcase all the shinies. So the shiny charm will just, or the new shinies that is. So the shiny charm will just make it easier to get shiny Pokemon. So that should be it for my passwords. Alright. One thing I do want to note is that I'll be using debug mode, but that's just for egg moves and IVs, because in the early game it's kind of a pain, I guess, until like much later on that you get to change the IVs, and breeding is honestly kind of a pain, even with how much faster this game is. So I'll just be mainly using debug mode to change the IVs of Pokemon and using egg moves. As for the egg moves, I will give up a heart scale if I can to do that, and then later on when the methods to get perfect Pokemon, so to speak, is available, I'll just do that the normal way. But in the up until like 13th badge, it's not like really considerable in my opinion, because I don't like the idea of breeding Pokemon running around and then having the Pokemon and haven't had multiple breeding groups just to set that up. Because in this game it does matter, so I just want to get that out of the way. Outside of that, I won't really be using debug mode to like necessarily cheat in other ways, because you can easily break the progress in this game and soft lock yourself, which is not really good. So for the main purposes of what I'll be doing, the IVs and the egg moves, it should be fine. Nothing too game breaking. So there is a password to make it so your Pokemon have full IVs, but there are some situations where you don't want that, and if you use that, you won't be able to get any Pokemon that don't have full IVs, so that's kind of a pain. So anyway, sorry for the long tangent, but I'll just start it out. Uh-oh. Oh, looks like we broke through the window. Some accident. Alright, quite the introduction. Alright, so this right here is a choice that actually matters. So these, based on what answer you give, you can either get a relationship point with the character you're answering. It's usually a yes or no question. So these do not have like numeric values you can easily see, but these can trigger certain dialogue and events, so which can make you like a character more or less and change how some things play out in the story. I will pretty much be going with all the positive choices. In this case, it would be saying yes. Oh, we also meet the first gym leader, Julia. Alright. Oops. Alright, with that I can just start moving. So I think around here there's a normal gem, so pick that up. That's actually could be very useful. So in this game there's tons of hidden items. And so I don't think I'll be like picking up every single one, but there's plenty of them. Eventually we'll get an item finder. It'll make it much easier. So we head over here, just talk to Julia. Alright, see what the police officers have to say. Okay. Alright. Alright, looks like we can't go here yet. Okay. Let's see, what's this? Pokeball there. Okay, let's see what this woman has to say. Okay. Train that exploded. Oh, it's unfortunate. Alright. Looks like we are prevented from... Let's see here. I think there's a hidden item here. Red shard. Alright. Shards will be useful later on for ability capsules and learning moves. So try to pick those up. Alright, so we're just going to continue now because there's no more hidden items. Here we're in the Opal Ward now, as seen at the top left corner. Alright, as you can see, this doesn't seem to be in the best of state. Here we get a free potion. Always good to talk in like normal Pokemon games. You can get items, get some tips here and there. Alright, we're not allowed up there. Alright, so here I believe is the shiny charm, so I'm gonna pick that up. You won't have this here, but I have it because of the password I put in, so. Let's see, what's this guy have to say? Alright, so we won't be able to progress up there, so just continue along here. One thing I want to note is that the weather is sunny. There will be an ice cream cart here, and then you can purchase ice cream. But I don't think that'll come into later use for us until much later, so. Alright, just head in with Victoria. Okay. Alright, we already get to pick our starter. Okay, so here we are introduced, or not introduced, but I guess shown all the possible Pokemon we can pick. So this game covers all the generations from 1 to 7 at the time of its release. There are mods to add the newer generation of Pokemon, but I don't know if the game is necessarily balanced around that, so use that at your own expense if you want to use that mod. There are definitely better choices than others. Grass types are generally considered weaker at the start. That's why they get like a little boost later on when we're playing in terms of like what moves they get and items they get. But yeah, so the generations is up to 7, specifically Ultra Sun and Moon. In this game there are Mega Evolutions, the gems, Z moves, and all that fancy business. So there are 21 choices here. And then one thing to note is that hidden abilities in this game are not arbitrarily locked. So just like normal abilities, you can actually just get hidden abilities. So of course I recommend choosing whatever starter you want. Last time when I beat the game I used a Primarina, which is an excellent choice, great Pokemon. However, many recommend Torchic due to speed boost and its wide variety of moves. So, let me just find Torchic here. I'm going to soft reset, or quickly reset, to find a shiny one with speed boost hopefully, and then I use debug mode to change its IVs. I will not be changing nature and some other stuff just because that's like easier to change. It'd be a little bit more cheaty that way. So let me just let's see, save my game. So D is a quick save in this game, which is very useful. It makes it easy to just save. So I believe this is Torchic, right? So we're gonna say yes here. We can always rename the Pokemon at any point, so I did not get a shiny, but I did get speed boost. So I'm gonna keep going in until I get a shiny. So there's an easy quick reset button which is F12, so I'm gonna be utilizing that right now. I don't know how long it'll take, but hopefully I get a shiny Torchic with speed boost. Okay. One thing to note is that I have a tiny mod that makes it so the loading screen is much faster for me. So I don't have to like watch the intro or anything. Okay. When you get to give it a nickname, you can see if it's shiny or not too. So you can just like spam yes or no. This might take a while. If I feel the need to cut, I'll cut. So I'll let you know if that happens. Oh! Alright, let's see. It's the hidden ability. Oops. Speed boost. Alright, let's take a look at its IVs. Alright, they're pretty trash. I won't change them until the gym, so we'll just stick with this for right now. So make sure to save once you get what you want. I would go over all the Pokemon. Let's see. So I believe Primarina is right here. Alright, well, Primarina's here. Or basically Poplio. Poplio is an excellent choice. Listen's pretty good. I don't think Rowlet's that great. Froakie, it's better later on. Not the best at the start. Fennekin is a good choice. Chespin is okay. Oshawott is okay. Those two, I wouldn't recommend picking those, honestly. Tepig, not that great. Snivy can be good with his hidden ability Contrary. Piplup has decent typing, but I wouldn't recommend. Chimchar, I would say, is the second best choice after Torchic. Turtwig is pretty good, actually. Mudkip is also an excellent choice. Torchic is, as I said, pretty much the best choice here for most players. Trico can be okay. Totodile, not really. Cyndaquil can be in specific situations. Chikorita, no. Squirtle, not really. Charizard can be good because it has 2 Mega Evolution forms, so it's not that bad. And Bulbasaur is a decent choice too. So, of course, don't let that stop you from picking whatever you want. Just know that, some things may be a little bit more awkward from you, and how you progress might be a little bit different than me. So, let me just save just to make sure, and then we'll just head out. Alright, let down the stairs. Which one did you pick? Alright, and Victoria goes to pick hers. Oh. Oh. Alright, and here we get our first battle against Cain. Alright, I'm going to turn on speed up. The speed up button by default is Alt. Battles are terribly slow without it, in my opinion, so I'm going to just turn that on. Whoops. Go with Ember here. Alright, speed boost. Oh, critical. Nice. Alright, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose this battle, but you will get +1 point relationship points with Cain if you do so. So, try to win, I guess. Oops, sorry, dropped a pen. Very nice. So that battle shouldn't be too difficult for you. Alright, we're gonna get healed up. Looks like Victoria finished up too. Okay. Right. Alright, and with that, we're thrusted into another battle against Victoria. So it seems like she could listen. Alright, I recommend using Scratch in my case. Speed boost. Hopefully we don't get crit here. Alright. Seven. Already over. Cain's returned. Alright, we got our Pokédex, classic stuff. Pokégear. So this has some new functions to it. I'll go over that shortly. And then we get some running shoes. Alright, so there's also, yeah, as I said, spacebar and wrong. Okay. Alright. Oh, and she also gives us 5 Pokeballs. Alright. Let me just save really quick. Let's see what some of these people have to say. Okay. Alright, sorry if I'm kind of going through the dialogue fast. Okay. Howdy, champ. Having a rough time? Yes, this is a password that you get told of, and then you get to essentially weaken all the other opponent's Pokemon. Can be useful if you're struggling, but I don't think it's reversible, so be careful with that. This guy's talking about the hidden abilities. Let's see what this guy has to say. Not sure where to head. I believe this guy will guide you wherever you need to go next. This guy. Okay, and this guy talks about grinding or trainers that you can battle for XP, basically. So I don't think they can. They're arriving just yet. On the weekends, there's generally more of them. Yeah, and this guy mentions that there are 18 total gym leaders, 1 for each type. So that's pretty fun. We can't talk to this guy. Let's see what she has to say. Team Meteor. Okay, what's this guy have to say? Study at a Popeye Academy. No way you can cross. Okay. This is the shop. Right now you can only buy 3 items, so not really worth. What's this guy have to say? Common candies. Oh, alright, so here is a candy that lets you lower the level of Pokemon by 1. This is pretty useful because it's pretty easy to run over the XP cap, which is kind of annoying because the Pokemon will disobey you. Right now, current level cap is 20, and until we beat the gym leader, it won't go above and beyond that. So you shouldn't need to buy these right now. The password hard cap can help keep your Pokemon at the right level, aka not go over and then disobey you, which is actually pretty easy to pull off in this game. So I will not be catching every single Pokemon unlike Big JRA, just because it's really expensive to do that. I will be catching all the Pokemon later, however. So, yeah, with that, let's see what do these say. Shiny Pokemon. The shiny encounter rate in this game, is much higher, so you have a really high chance of getting shiny Pokemon, and with the shiny charm, it makes it a bit easier. So, this will save me a lot. Okay, just talking about the state of the city. Alright, what does that say? You got a problem. Alright, some rude people. Abandoned power plant. Alright, this guy tells us a feature to view stats in map. I may actually check that out just to showcase it. Lake water's too toxic. Swimming pool. Whoops. Didn't mean to talk to you again. Alright. Let's see. So, I believe there is actually a potion in our here. So we're just going to take that out. I don't think we'd be using that very much, to be honest. And open CPC here and see that we have Pokemon. So just head out. Alright. So if we talk to this guy, I'm gonna save. Look for more Pokemon. Oh! Well, who wouldn't want a Pokemon, huh? 500? Let's go ahead with that. Oh! And we won't get that. Track from the Peridot Ward. Alright, keep track of that. And that just happened. Okay, so we actually won't be able to see that Pokemon until 14 more battles. But it will be quite the journey. So we head out. Seems to be a girl here. So in the grass, we can actually already start encountering new Pokemon. I'm not going to go over all the encounters. Big Dra has a guide that's set up. I do recommend getting a Bidoof, as he says, to get Headbutt, which allows you to catch Pokemon in trees. And Barrel is also good for in-game trades. I'll be doing pretty much all the trades, pretty much. So I'm just gonna go and try and catch a Bidoof. Pidgey not that useful. Just gonna run. So I'm gonna turn up speed up for this. Alright, wrapped, kind of annoying. Of course. I might also catch a trap, because Bidra also mentions that. There is a possible trade for that later for the evolved from Watchog, so let's go catch it. Alright. I probably won't be using Bidoof that much, so let me just quickly heal up. Alright, let's see what's on this side actually. Oh! A trainer. Haha! Okay, this is a bit awkward. Just take that guy out quickly. See. Alright, I think, isn't there a hidden item in here? Might be mistaken. Maybe. Alright, well. Oh, a trap, just what I needed. Oh, okay. If this takes a while, I'll cut. Oh, a shiny Pidgey, wow. I'm not going to be catching that. Oh, I just realized I may need to get a shiny Bidoof, because I'm not going to be using Pokemon that aren't shiny. Whoopsies. Might be here for a while then. Okay, managed to find a shiny Bidoof. Even though I won't be really using it permanently for my team, I think Torchic's actually going to be the only member I keep permanently. I figured to showcase the shiny, I will be catching all shiny Pokemon, and if I use them, they have to be shiny, so I'm just going to catch this one. And then I'm off to find a Patrat. Fun times. Say no, so we're going to just go back and heal. Alright. Now it's time to find a Patrat. Oh, wow. The luck. Ah, shiny Rattata. Rattata's not actually a bad Pokemon to get, because it can have Guts as its hidden ability, and that can be very useful in the early on fights. I personally would not be using a Rattata, and if I did, it would need to be shiny, but yeah, I won't catch it for right now. Okay, managed to find a shiny Patrat. Wow, that took a while. Let's try not to knock it out. Okay. Alright, we can continue along now. Quick save. Alright. So, there's actually a green shard in this statue, so pick that up. Then down here is a trainer with a, can either be a Snubble or a Stuffle. Alright, here we get introduced to that, what I mentioned before about the XP requirement. So what we're actually going to do now is head up and to the left up here, talk to this guy, then you get the battle. Alright, Bellsprout. Actually, let me send out my Bidoof first. I actually didn't check what they got going on in the stats department. Simple. Okay. Alright, not the best. Alright, not the best. It'll do for now. So just going up, fighting trainers. I'm actually just gonna swap it around to Torchic here. Alrighty. What we got up here? This rock contains an awakening, so pick that up. To the right, look what this guy has to say. Alright, we won't be able to progress through yet, so we have a gentleman here. Okay. Bano. Alright, just walk here. Alright, that was a bit close. Go down here and to the left, there will be a blue shard. Just pick that up. I'm actually going to quickly heal. Okay, alright, now we're back. Let's see. So here is another event. You need 2 Pokemon to be able to fight this. The last 2, because there's one guy in the front there blocking you. So the Pokemon here can actually vary. It can either be a Pachirisu or a Zigzagoon. Whenever there's a random event like this, you will be able to get the other one later in the game, and it's randomly determined. You cannot change it. It's determined at the start of the game. If you're using one of the mono passwords, such as Mono Electric, you get a Pachirisu. So if you have a Zigzagoon, Big Drun, Big JRA notes that it could be better for a Headbutt since it learns at level 11. Also, these Pokemon can both have the pickup ability, which is really good. Pokemon Reborn pickup has been changed, I believe, that you get an item after every battle completion, I believe, and I think occasionally you're just walking around like normal. So we're actually going to go ahead and do this, and hopefully the Pachirisu will have Headbutt. So we're just going to save right before this guy and just take this guy. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Oh, that can hurt. Sand attack? Alright, could be useful. Alright, I'm gonna take the poison damage as I head back. I don't think I have an antidote, though. Of course, the Pachirisu I'm gonna have to catch is going to have to be shiny, so that's gonna be fun. I believe I can just reset before I encounter it after beating these 2 guys, so it should be fine. Alright, off we go to battle these 2. So let's just go with, tackle the Mudbray, and then Ember the Mantis. Alright. Okay. Alright, that's what you have. Focus up to stay, huh? Alright. Let's see, I do have Pokeball, right? Alright, I have 3. Alright, I'm probably gonna have to soft reset for a shiny Pachirisu too, since I'll be using its pickup ability, so that's gonna be fun. Pa. Pachirisu. Alright. Let's see. Not shiny. It's not. That is tragic. I'm back to the resets. Alright, I got another one. Hopefully as pickup. This is gonna be painful if it doesn't. I got pickup. Alright, we should continue on. Oh. Man. Alright, just a quick save. Alright, well, we can get going. So, I'll put a link in the description for the details about pickup and reborn, and then I'll just quickly show a table on screen. But anyway, as you can see, the items you can get vary based on, you know, the level, like standard games, and then pickup, you know, pretty much works the same. It's just that the level curve in this game is like a little bit different than other games, so the items you can get are a little bit different. Some of these items are not native to the normal game, or I should say the normal Pokemon game, so I'll go over those when I encounter them, so don't worry if you don't recognize some of these things right now. So anyway, with that out of the way, let me just quick save, and then just head down. So this first rock here contains an antidote, which would have been handy earlier, and I just realized I forgot to enable one more password, which is no item or no items. This prevents me from using like healing items in battle. I want to just put that on for like you know, more difficulty's sake. So when I get the chance to input a password, I'll do that later. Okay, grab through here. Alright, so, let's see. Does it have a... Okay, no item yet. Alright. Just send out... Nope. Actually, let Biju handle this one. Okay. Oh, I also forgot to mention I'm playing with, what is it called? Set mode. So it also adds a little bit of, difficulty as well. Torn to shreds. Ultra Potion. Wow, already coming into play. I believe there's one more trainer down here. Is there an item here? No. Yeah, it's that guy. I'm gonna quickly run past him and then we'll fight him too. Alright. Tackle you. Tackle again. Excellent, excellent work. Super Repel. Ooh, we even get an XP Candy Small from that guy. Nice. Oh, Pachirisu just... I didn't even realize, but pickup just automatically puts the item into your inventory. You don't even have to take it off the Pokemon. Maybe they changed that in recent generations, I'm actually not sure, but regardless, that's very convenient. So, with that, that's pretty much all we can do in the Opal Ward. So we're actually going to head back to the lower Peridot Ward. More specifically, the train station area. That. So here we are. So I recommend heading up as soon as you can, as Big Shred stated. And then this rock here contains an escape rope. Then if we talk to this guy here, we can help him out by giving him 50 Pokédollars. And then another 50. And then another 50. And then this guy just walks off into the alleyway. We're not actually going to go down there quite yet. So we're just going to keep heading up. So, check the sign here. We actually see that... Okay, courtesy of Julia, she changed that. So this is actually the gym. I can't read the sign, but it's gym. As this guy says, every gym leader will have an actual full team of 6 Pokemon. And there's 18 of them, so we're in for quite the ride. So if we go up and around here though, and we go all the way down here, we get a box. Make sure to pick this up. And one thing I do want to note is that when it is thunderstorming here, you can find a Blitzel. It'll be level 15, so we're not going to take it on quite yet. And as I said, the weather has to be thunderstorming, so with the weather mod, I can just circumvent that because I believe the weather is just random. And waiting around to showcase catching that Blitzel is kind of annoying. But anyway, with that, I'm actually going to end off the episode here. We got quite a bit done. You know, started our journey, already have 3 Pokemon with us. So thank you for watching. Next episode, we'll continue exploring the lower Peridot Ward. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.